Oh, it feels good knowing that somebody has to beat me.
Sugar Shane Johnson, 2023 is his year.
The reigning champion from last season, this season, the next season, and the season after that.
Round one. Fight! Knockout! Well, CSC Challenger Series Division 2 back underway here this evening. And boy, do we have a good one once again. James Edwards, Todd Wiegman. But how about we take it back to Monday night, Sean, before we go anywhere. William Stewart, Sean Green, Nick DeShera per usual. Sean, let's get after it.
Yeah, man. There was something in the water on Monday night for Division I players. You had Rick Hensey. He defeated Mike Carter 9-3. Mike did not throw bad at all. Threw above a 5 for the match. And got walloped 9-3. And that's because Rick Hensey had an average of a 5.93. It was 5.93 or 5.94, one of the two. That was good enough for the third highest average in Division I on Monday. Mike Maloney had a 5.96 and Leonard Gates had a 6.02.
That's just incredible. Incredible stuff. How do you do that? I mean, really, how do you do that?
I'm done playing darts.
Yeah, there must have been something in the water for Monday night because it was a great night all around, and of course we got to thankfully see one of those matches on stream. Yeah. Rick Hensey just going off as stated. But this evening we've got a guy that you know pretty well versus a Wisconsinite that we know well. James Edwards, Todd Wiegman. Let's talk about these two guys. James playing out of Night Owls, Todd playing out of Black Saddle.
Yeah, both. Well, the Black Saddle's a location that we've seen before. Night Owls, this will be our first time looking at it for the CSC. Hopefully for the first of many. But yeah, so let's look at James Edwards. So Indianapolis, Indiana, playing out of Night Owls for Just Darts Inc. I know that Ben Chacho is there, who owns Just Darts because he was thrown with James earlier on. James defeated Tyler Hensey. James had a 4.80 average last week. Tyler Hensey last week had a 4.90 average, and he still defeated him in a last leg decider. He's a 2-time Masters B state champion for Indiana State, so he's really good at just rolling through tournaments. His wife Sierra is his biggest supporter by far. She's, I guarantee, in the chat shouting out her guy as we keep going. But so let's go over his average and his stats. Right, 4.70. For his average. He had 11 9 marks with 1 white horse, which was the most in Division II last week. A lot of booms. He had 27 7 marks, 35 marks, and he played all 17 games. His win percentage is a 52.6. His dart nickname, I guess, is Silent Assassin. I've not heard it before, but Sierra, whatever Sierra says goes. James hadn't even heard it before, but that's fine. He's been playing for about 10 years, and yeah, he's throwing those Rob Cross 18-gram darts. I'm so excited to have an indie person on stream, bud. I don't think you like truly understand. It'll be like the first time a Wichita player is like playing on the CSC Challenger Series. I cannot wait.
Well, we all know where James got that nickname from his lovely missus. Let's be honest. No, I'm just kidding. Let's move on. Let's move on quickly here as we go on to Todd Wiegman of Green Bay, as he's got an interesting one there. How about another goodie? Thunder Bunny. Where have we heard that before? I don't know, but maybe you have. Playing for 30 plus years, 4.5 for MPR, 62.5 win rate. And how about the numbers here? 6-9 marks, 27 marks, 25 5 marks overall for Todd. So some good stuff overall. And of course, you see the Heroes Inferno, 18-gram there. One more mentionable, Sean.
Go for it.
For Division 2.
Yeah.
And we went over Division 1, some impressive averages, but how about overall the impressive average for Division 2? Tyler Hensey in the lead, 4.80. Jamie Kopp in second, 4.78, folks. And then right behind him, is it Richard Sturbins with a 4.76. That's how tight we are at the top three.
Well, and James is blowing up 4.70, and he's
Yep.
fourth. So
He's fourth.
they're all right there. And Richard actually defeated Jordan Meyer earlier tonight. So Jordan Meyer moving over to the loser side of the bracket, thanks to Richard. And we saw earlier in the chat 9-2 victory for Tyler Hensey. So that tells you kind of where James is at as far as his game goes. That he defeated Tyler last week, with Tyler having the highest NPR in Division 2. So anything can happen, man. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to tonight. I say the slight advantage goes towards James, and that's not just because he's my hometown person. I think the numbers all kind of show that. That being said, does experience outweigh the current form?
We'll find out here shortly because the rate numbers do sway in James' favor, but Todd's not too far behind. You mentioned the fourth place overall for James Edwards in the NPR rankings. Todd is sitting in that 8th place mark, so he's not too far off the path there. And when you really think about it, when it comes down to night to night averages, a 4.70 and a 4.54 really aren't that far off. So anything can happen here this evening. Does some pressure mount in someone's favor in a disadvantaged situation? We'll see that if that arises. I mean, there's got to be a little pressure playing on stream, right?
Possibly. Now, I hate to, toot my own horn here real quick, but James has been on plenty of streams before. Thanks, of course, to having a live streaming company right there in the backyard. So he's been on there a couple times, and he's earned the rights to be on there quite a bunch, just from Indiana State and those types of things. So tonight's a bit different, right? It's on a national scale. This is the most watched dart live stream in the country. We can just call it kind of what it is there. So there's definitely a little bit more on the line, but I just, once you start playing, man, and I think you know this better than most, it just becomes darts at a certain point.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I wanted to give
Now-
a shameless plug here before we get going, if you don't mind. If you have another device, pop open Eagle Eye Sports on Facebook or YouTube, because they have a fun one going on right now with the DPNY NYC Cup of Darts going on. So that finals is kicking off as we've got multiple streaming going on tonight. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's steel tip.
Yeah, a little steel tip, a little soft tip. Scuba Steve is in the background of Todd Wiegman, who got the start. So let's go over the rules for the CSC Challenger Series if this is your first time tuning in with us. It is a double elimination style tournament. Players play a race to 9, best of 17 legs, all cricket with a cork or 3-dart count up to start the match. That was given to Todd Wiegman. The loser of the previous leg will start the next leg after that. If either player is down 3 or more legs, they will continue to go first until the deficit is reduced to 2 legs. This is the PPD player advantage rule. And if we go the distance, players will cork for starting the last leg decider. All right, Will, what's your prediction tonight?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking James is going to come out overall. I'm probably going to go 9-6. We'll see. I hate doing it. I hate doing it, but I'm thinking 9-6 James.
Okay.
If I'm recalling, Todd hasn't had the best of performances on the stream.
Not on the streaming board. And he's had some bad luck CSE wise in general, where players just throw like that repeatedly against him. James coming out with a 6.33 early on in this one. And that's, sometimes you just have bad luck where you face the buzzsaws the wrong week. Well,
how
Ryan
about-
Clark shouting me out in the chat here saying my mic was low, so we got that figured out. He said it a little bit meaner way, but that's fine.
So, yeah, just audio's trash. Well, I wasn't helping you out. I had mine cranked all the way up max volume, so that didn't help you at all. My apologies
Well,
again.
How about
James,
this first
wow.
leg from James Edwards? Setting a tone here, 6.43 to a 3.0 from Todd Wiegman. You're going to hear Todd's interview a little bit later on, but Todd said he needed to come out to a fast start. Well, James has just done that.
Yeah, that can almost mentally hurt you there if you're Todd. Just mentioning that for the overall interview, and then that happening to you, that's tough. But he does start off with a 7 here.
Yep.
This leg is massive. I'm going to be honest, especially with with the start. That's a big thing. How do you start with the start?
And James tried to stack it right there. Gets only 3 out of it. Dave Collette in the chat. What's up, brother? Guys, let us know in the chat. Who do you have in this one? Give us your scoreline prediction. Hit that like button on our Facebook pages, and all that good stuff. Because if you do so, you'll be automatically entered into tonight's live stream giveaway brought to you by A2ZDarts.com. Tonight's raffle winner will receive a $15 gift certificate to A-ZDarts.com. That's like straight cash in your pocket. You can spend that on anything. And you might even qualify for free shipping.
Who doesn't love that? Yeah, spend over $45, you get free shipping with A2ZDarts.com. That's always a nice little added bonus. Finding out you don't have to spend that extra $10, $15 or whatever it is on shipping. Especially when you got like a dartboard or a heavy object. Come on now.
I bet that was funny. I just didn't hear it. That's my bad. Like I heard the punchline of the heavy thing, and then I was like, oh man, that was probably really funny.
Not at all. Not at all, honestly.
Oh, okay. Good. It was a great punchline.
How about this from Todd? He went for the 18s, just into that neighboring bed.
Eric Black in the chat saying, I want the Sean Green boom goes the dynamite flights. Those do not exist. I don't want to have a whole bunch of flights with that saying on there, because like no one's gonna buy them.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
We did sell some of those jerseys, right?
Somebody come get this homeless guy that's in the back of Black Saddle right now. Is that
Scuba Steve?
Oh, that's Scuba? I thought it was some random homeless guy that just made his entry there. Oh my goodness. Look at that ugly mug.
There's Scuba back there in the back.
I think my favorite Scuba Steve.
Big 9 mark. Boom goes the Wisconsinite there for Todd Wiegman. There's the first 9 mark on the board tonight.
Absolutely massive for Todd, as he's got the 100+ lead.
Yeah, and you saw how quickly that slowed down James too. Only 2 marks to follow. Johnny Jenkins in the chat. Here all the time. Big darts again from Todd Wiegman.
There's another homeless guy, and this time he's in the comments section. Mike Maloney. Who's that guy?
Chris, neither of us are from Wisconsin, so I'm pretty sure we're going to say bag. What's up, Rick? Rick Hensley in the chat. Great work on a Monday, buddy. 3rd best overall average. I bet you didn't think that was going to happen after the way you finished that off. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate it. Will Stewart, Sean Green, Nick Dirachi DeShera. We have a great battle between Wisconsin and Indiana tonight on the winner's side of Division II of the CSC Challenger Series. Todd Wiegman looking to win leg number 2. Does it in 2 darts, a 4.62. You see James immediately drop from that 6.43, which makes sense anyway. But yeah. So I know Thunder Buddy is a thing from the movie Ted, but I had never heard of Thunder Bunny. So it's a good one.
Definitely a good one. It's been intact for quite some time, I hear.
Maybe
I'm
it's
not
related to
mistaken.
the Energizer Bunny. Keeps going.
I'm not quite sure about that, bud.
Jason Will, yeah, if you were close enough to go down to Black Saddle, you could have been there right next to Scuba Steve Diker. So not only that, have been famous people right around you. Look at this follow from Todd. Boom goes the Wisconsinite. Starts it off with a 9 mark. I think James just happened to wake Todd up here early and after that first leg. But James not going anywhere. Staying up there. Ooh, the trip one might hurt him. Nathan Pope saying I gave him that nickname. So there you go. Jay Fouché said he was disappointed that I wasn't broadcasting live from Night Owls. I'll briefly explain internet and how it works. But when you are pulling the feeds from the location off their Wi-Fi, and then I am there on my powerful computer using their Wi-Fi for all of this upload and download, it would not have been a good stream. Also, Don Kirby's there tonight. He's loud. He would have shouted the whole time. There he is, right there in the background in like the lightning bolt shirt.
It is.
Yep.
It is nice to see a little crowd there watching James and supporting him this evening, right?
Yeah. So you want to know how spoiled India is, right? Night Owls had 2 different separate blind draws tonight. One that started at 7 p.m. and one that started at 9 p.m. And that's just because there's no league night tonight.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's just one location. There were at least 2 other blind draws going on tonight. It's crazy. It must be nice, and it is nice. Let me tell you.
Well, 5.50 and a 4.40 here in this leg. Todd has the opportunity to really take advantage, close these 17s. He kind of whips it there with his arm there at the end, doesn't he?
Yeah, he whipped it good on that last start, and
whip it good.
James going to take a step back after that first start. If you look, that's a far off dart for these players, right? It's not just like, dang it, that went in the 2. It dropped way low into that 2. But he figures it out. Right now has the point lead over a 5.2 from Todd Wiegman.
Interesting note about James's darts is that he actually throws them backwards to how they're supposed to be set up. That he did say is he puts the shafts on the opposite end of where they would typically be on that specific Rob Cross barrel.
Yeah, some people don't realize you can actually do that with a lot of barrels. If maybe you like the grip more at the front, for maybe where if you're a back gripper, you can flip it around as long as it flies straight. You don't have any problems with it. No problem doing that.
Well, Todd raises the point total, and yeah, I think Todd just has that release a little bit from time to time, especially on dart 3. It reminds me a lot of Chizzy.
It's not every time, but it is, if it comes, it's not that third dart most of the time as it goes towards the board.
Yeah, like 20% of the time, it works every time.
Exactly.
Good last start again from Todd. So he has high ground on James. James going first. There's the point lead. Stays there. He stays there for all 3. Boom goes the dynamite there for James Edwards. Nick, who said it better, me or him?
I'm surprised I got James to say it. I want to be honest.
I am too. That's why I made that suggestion to you, because I figured he would just be like, no, there's no way.
Yeah, I asked him to say, can you say boom goes the dynamite? And he laughed thinking I was joking. And I just stared at the camera until he did it.
Nice.
Way to handle that like a champ there, Nick.
Yeah, intimidate. That works. That works.
I'm looking forward to more of those intimidating interviews at TOC this year.
No one's gonna want to interview with us at TOC this year.
And I mean, you better be interviewing everybody, even if they went out first round.
Well, there's the door closing. Double Bull will latch it up. He'll be back to do that. And it looks like it's going to be 2-1 lead here for James Edwards early on. When he came back to beat Tyler Hensey, he was actually down 3-0 at least to Tyler before he started to make that comeback. Not a problem though tonight. 5.12 in that third leg.
Yeah, good average there for James in this third leg.
Todd Wiegman has 2 9 marks. James has 1.
Just as a reminder, last time Todd was on our stream was actually back in season 2 of the CSC, and he played Jeremiah Berger, ended 9-7 in Berger's favor, but it was a true thriller. He just always has those like rough runs in the bracket, and you almost feel like he's due.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. He made the finals last year, so he has the pedigree as well to do well in the CSC Challenger Series. He's a scrappy player, and when it's a race to 9 and players get tired at certain points, you want to be scrappy. He does that very well.
Big trip 19 to close there.
Huge 7 mark from Todd. Well, guys, A to Z Darts is featuring the Winmore Zenati range, which is now on sale until September 13th. Click the banner on their homepage to get 10% off the dart range, or check out the new Winmore Extreme Dartboard stand. You can also browse their collection of USA Darts branded merch, including flights, jerseys, hoodies, and several new hat options like Richardson, Flex Fit fitted hats, and straight build Upong hats. Click the small banner on their homepage over at a-cdarts.com. And Will, is there a live stream giveaway tonight?
Yes, there is, my guy.
Tell me about it.
$15 gift card to a-to-zdarts.com. Just by liking and commenting on this post. It's like straight cash, homie, as you say. Why wouldn't you do it?
Well, I don't want to.
Whatever you need.
I don't want to take that quote away from Randy Moss.
Well, you're gonna have to. You already did anyway. So,
listen, I steal enough stuff. I don't need to steal a Randy Moss quote. Yeah, Jamie Arcan in the chat saying this is even a great match. It's definitely a great match, guys. I'm telling you, these are. Todd Wiegman's been in Division 1. He raised his average from last season and got put down in Division 2. James Edwards is a newcomer to the CSC Challenger Series, but he's been on the scene as one of the top darters in Indy for a few years now.
We're telling you, this is, no matter what week it is, we've got a phenomenal match for you both on Monday and Wednesday night. Just the averages alone for Division 1 and inside Division 2 just scream competitive darts.
Todd goes back to point on dart 3, and I like that. Jeremiah says that's an interesting statement. You're going to have to tell us what the statement is because we've talked a lot. But most of what I say is interesting, so you're going to have to whittle that down too.
Most. Not all. Most.
Well, you notice how we didn't even assume it was coming from you. So 4.80 from Todd Wiegman in that one to take down a leg number 4. 2-2 scoreline. This has all the makings early on of a last leg decider.
It really does. It really does. I mean, this is a back and forth battle early. It's just who's gonna come up unfortunate on the start here.
Wow. Yeah, Jeremiah was saying something good, positive. The levels continue to rise. People improve, but get bumped down a division, which is crazy.
No, it really is. It just it speaks. I mean, Nick said it best Nick, you said the statement about Brian Dennis. What was his average that people were so impressed by at the very beginning?
Yeah, Mike Maloney made a post back in, I believe, season 1 of us doing this show. And he called Brian Dennis's God of Mode performance a 5.38 because he was rounding up averages of the different matches that happened that week in the CSC. And now a 5.38 is kind of almost standard of fare in Division 1.
It's a good night. Don't get us wrong. But did you just hear us talk about how we had 4 players right there around a 6.0 on Monday night? So like that's where it's raised up.
Mike Maloney says
so cool.
5.53, but I mean, even a 5.53 is, I mean, Leonard just averaged what, a 6.05? That's
6.02, yeah. Gross.
It's just nasty. And I mean, last year we were seeing a 5.76 average for Leonard. I think it was for most of the season, or was it?
Yep.
Mike was right behind him as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe so.
That's just an average overall for the season compared to an average for the night. That's just eye popping. But it's the state of darts right now. It's the state of darts overall.
Well, look at that. 8 mark from James Edwards.
And they're singing
darts.
They're singing at Night Owls. I can hear them from here. Hey, baby.
Ooh. Ah. Yeah. So I love this from the Florida State fan on YouTube. Always last dart at point if you have bills left and only 1 dart. This is a great match. Getting ready for Kissimmee Bull Shooter next weekend. Are you guys streaming by chance? We are not.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we are not streaming anything next weekend yet. I mean, we do hope for the opportunity to stream Bull Shooter sometime, but
we are streaming the PPD qualifier next weekend on the 9th.
Oh, great. I totally forgot about that.
It's okay. And also, we are not streaming Bull Shooter, but I will actually probably be out there Friday and Sunday just hanging out with some of the players. So if you want to come up and say hi, I will be there.
I think somebody else is streaming something else, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the CDC.
Yeah,
Championship Dart Circuit weekend number 4. So I will be live on air next weekend as well.
That's incredible. We're still on air no matter what, folks. Darts is
Can't get rid of us.
all around.
Can't get rid of us. James Edwards for a 3-2 lead. Got it. 4.58.
I'll tell you what's terrible too. Now that I'm, always on Facebook and YouTube uploading stuff and whatnot, it's terrible that my wife continues to go, "Are you listening to yourself again?" No, I just keep scrolling and it freaking pops up.
Oh, dude. Listen, so on Instagram is where I clicked on the recap from Monday. That was hilarious with Mike Carter and Rick Hensey. But I couldn't get it to like mute when I swiped off of it, so it kept restarting, and so it was literally just your voice saying the same thing like 5 times straight. And I was just like, I don't want to hear this from him ever again.
No,
never again.
If you think that's bad, I just want to point out for the record, when I make those little reels that you've been seeing after the CSCs, how many times I have to hear you guys say the same 5 phrases.
Yeah, but you like what you like our voices.
That's true.
We don't like our own voices.
Absolutely horrendous. I cringe thinking of that.
19s. Oh. Hey, it steals this. Well, gets rid of the 17s. He's done that now twice without the point lead. Gone and closed dart 3. A little bit of a interesting strategy choice from James. But it works. James now with a big advantage. Scuba Steve says on cue, a bridal party is here at Black Saddle. Oh, no.
Oh, great. They're going to be dancing on the bar here in no time. We all remember Black Saddle when Scuba Steve was playing in I think it was a qualifier, wasn't it? All of a sudden, a bridal party shows up, and my goodness, they had to vacate the premises.
Ed Baker asking how many commentators are there. Buddy, I'm by myself at my house in Fishers. We got Will Stewart in Wichita, Kansas, who's part of this virtual commentary booth with me. And then Nick Durachi Teixeira in Davenport, Florida. So we had to dodge, dip, dive, and dodge a hurricane today just so we could be live tonight. And look at that. Point lead from James and the close on the 18s. Just scrapped his way to now the lead. So 4 15s needed from Todd. There those are. Can you take a look at the 16s? He hits it. A little Maloney baloney on that one. He raises his eyebrows like, I thank you for counting that. And I'm sure that he is very grateful of that. Big trip 15 puts a little pressure here on Todd. 3-2. Does he hit it? Yeah, he does. 2 darts. James asked a question and Todd answered it. 4.65 to James's 4.83. And we are all tied up again. It's like a great basketball game. Get a little lead, tied up. Get a little lead, tied up. All right, leg number 7, buddy. This is the last leg before we will take our short break for the evening, where you guys are here. We'll hear from these players. Interviews are always well done by Durachi himself.
That they are.
Well, hey, before we go to break, do you want to know how to become eligible to play in major PPT events like the CSC Challenger Series?
I certainly do. Always do.
Well, players become eligible for those by playing in PPT leagues or daily remote tournaments, DRTs. Leagues are starting daily, so get involved by going to dartstoc.com and checking out the map. The map will show any locations with G3 boards within the PPT system. They are always accepting new members, so if you're not seeing anything in your area, just have your vendor contact them on the website. From there, players can sign up for leagues on the website. And it doesn't take a ridiculous amount of games to be eligible either. Consistently playing 1 league a week will keep a player eligible for this event in the future, especially now that it's in the top 1,000 on the All-Star rank list. Again, go to dartstoc.com to get signed up today. James tried to steal the 18s. Not going to get that done.
Possible opportunity for Todd here. Gonna need at least 6 on the 18s. Oh my goodness. How about this?
That's what you call a kill shot.
Okay. I figured he would hold there for at least another 3.
They basically just rewarded James with the point lead. But James is going to have to stay on the 17s. Jeremiah saying, I can't believe you still don't know how to become involved in this. Sean tells you every week.
Do I not know?
Listen, don't call us out by using the same
exactly.
intros every time.
Jeremiah,
nice
geez.
double 18 from James Edwards. Mike Maloney's proud. Did you guys hear that? That was Mike Maloney standing up and saluting that. All right. James can slam a door right here.
Yeah, he needs to hold throw here to make this 4-3. We've held throw the whole time.
Yeah, and he's just going to point it up a little bit. Not a bad move. Look at this from Todd Wiegman. 9 mark on the 16s. Boom goes the Wisconsinite. And that was all he could do to stay in this. James still not going to really let him stay in it very, very long.
Shut the door right here. Oh, I would have taken the look. I would have taken the look.
He definitely tried a kill shot there. You know what? You're right. Alex Hansen in the chat just calling you out. The first leg was a break a throw. Because James did shoot second in that one. Good call, Alex.
Well, my bad.
Anytime you can point out Will's flaws, that's a win for me. At least you don't say debut.
Hey, at least I don't do that. I do make a lot of mistakes, though. Let me tell you what.
Oh, we know.
You know what? Alex, enough. Enough of this being nice stuff. Next week, you're my replacement. Just kidding.
Well, I'm looking more and more forward to next week. First of all, the CSC Challenger Series Division 1 match. Woo! We got ourselves Jeremiah Millar taking on Mr. Kenny Doyle.
Oh, man. Santa Claus versus the elf. Oh, shit.
I think he prefers the beast.
I may have just killed my career.
He's not even that popular. Well, and that'll be from the Union Lake Eagles, I believe. Next week is. Are we gonna have any Florida up and running?
Looks like it might be a good last stream for Skybox as I'm getting everything verified with them that it's all good to go.
Okay, well there you go. So we'll have another 2 locations. So Nick will still not be able to talk. So win-win-win. What we call that? Or everybody wins. Double bull here. Oh, uh-oh. He will be back though. Because he needs 7 bulls and he can't do that with 3 darts. Jeff Hartman saying, going the distance, 9-8 James always. Watch him from Vancouver, Washington.
Very well could be the case. This could go the distance here as we're just back and forth. James, yeah, kind of wiping those off. He doesn't want to give Todd any chances at this. One more. Good shot.
Oh. I wasn't even worried. Were you worried? I wasn't worried.
Mm-hmm. You seem a little antsy here as you're
actually
want your boy to win.
First of all, I have been very, very even, I think, this whole time.
Nah,
don't look at the match team wins right there, guys. Erase that from your memory if you're looking at it right now. It is not 4-4. James Edwards has a 4-3 lead over Todd Wiegman. They count the cricket, or they count up at the start in order. I don't know what I was going to say, but it is actually 4-3, James. The scoreboard up top is correct. Will, take us to a break before I hurt myself.
Hey, how about this? See you in a few after these player interviews.
Don't go anywhere.
My name is Todd Wiegman. I play out of Lena Lanes, but tonight I'll be shooting out of the Black Saddle. I shoot for Schmitz Bending. I also shoot for Flipside Bending.
Well, Todd Wiegman, welcome back to the CSC Challenger Series. Last time we saw you was back on our stream back in Season 2 against a very informed Jeremiah Berger. How does it feel to be back on our show?
I don't know. To tell you the truth, it's a little scary. It seems like everybody just picks up their game and shoots really well against me. So I'm hoping that I can step up my pace this time too.
Well, you came out of the gates running. In the first round, you played Andrew Trainer. How'd that match go for you?
I started out gangbusters on him, so it was I went last a lot during that match, and I managed to break him quite a few times. So it was tough though. He was making a hell of a comeback at the end, but I regained control.
Who's the best player in Wisconsin right now?
Oh, geez. I know you want me to say Sugar, but I'm not gonna. How about I'll go with Kevin Schmitz. He's just so steady and he handles pressure so well. So I'll have to go with Kevin Schmitz. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with choosing the rabbit, but tonight you face James Edwards, who is making their CSC debut. What's going to be your key to coming out on top?
Well, I'm going to need a fast start again, and I'm going to have to stay steady the whole match. I can't let the one hole out get to me, which happens a lot when I shoot.
Well, now let's say you make a run all the way through to the finals and claim the prize money. What would you do with the money won?
Well, I'm sure it would be something responsible, like taking the streaming crew out for dinner or something.
And anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along?
I'd like to thank Flipside, Schmitz, for all of their help that they've given me and support. I also like to thank Flashpoint Designs for the awesome jerseys. My second version of my jersey's coming out soon. Can't wait for it. And thanks to all my friends that support me in this wild ride.
Well, we are excited to have Todd Wiegman back in the CSC Challenger Series, facing off against James Edwards this evening in CSC Division 2. We wish you nothing but the best of luck in your match.
I'm Todd Wiegman, and you're watching the CSC Challenger Series.
My name is James Edwards, play out of Night Owls, play for Just Darts.
Well, James Edwards, welcome to the CSC Challenger Series live stream. As it is your CSC debut season and your first time on the stream, how does it feel to be on here with us?
It's a new experience, gives me a chance to grow.
Well, we know of your ability, as Sean Green has talked about you a lot and has been excited to have you on the show. And of course, I've actually got a chance to commentate your match over at the castle when you were doing the Civil War II stream. In your first round, you actually bested what many people's favorite was in the D2 bracket, Tyler Hinsey. How did that match go?
It was really, really tough. A lot tougher than I expected, of course. And a lot of respect to Tyler, most definitely.
Besides yourself, who do you consider the best player in Indiana to be?
Wow, that's a tough one. You got a handful, really, in my opinion. You got Lee Jones, Randy Magneto, Danny Lullaby. The list goes on. There's a lot of talent here in Indy.
Well, speaking of talent, tonight you face off against Todd Wiegman, who's no stranger to the CSC. What will be your key to coming out on top?
Played him before, apparently, but just got to stick to my darts and throw my game.
And let's say you ran all the way through to the finals and came out on top. What would you do with that prize money?
Well, typically what I do with any prize money that I win in darts, it goes towards more darts.
Not a bad way to spend it. And is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along this evening?
Absolutely. I want to give a big shout out to my wife, Sierra. She's one of my biggest supporters. Night Owls for allowing me to throw out their bar, and everybody that comes out and supports me and watches on the stream. Very thankful for that.
Well, we're thankful to have you on the stream here for your CSA debut, going up against Todd Wiegman in our Division 2 matchup. Well, James, we wish you nothing but the best of luck in your match.
I'm James Edwards, and boom goes the dynamite.
James, why did you do it?
Boom
man?
goes the dynamite, James
Why?
Edwards.
Why did
God.
you do that, buddy? This is just
never been happier.
unbelievable.
Never been happier.
James, it sounded terrible, my guy, but still, it's okay. It's okay. You still got the Scruff McGruff working for you here. James Edwards 4, Todd Wiegman 3 here in this CSC Challenger Series Division 3. Look at all them ugly faces.
It's Division 2.
Did I say Division 3?
Yeah, you sure did.
My goodness. Blech.
Hey, wake up. We all went to sleep
Wake
on
up,
the break.
wake up, wake up.
Guys, A to Z Darts is sponsoring a live stream giveaway tonight. Tonight's raffle winner will receive a $15 gift certificate to A to Z Darts.com. All you got to do is leave a comment in our chat, hit that like button. Guys, let us know where you're tuning in from. Who is tuning in from the furthest away tonight? Hit that like button, hit that share button. Let everybody know the second half of this match is underway, and it has all the fixins of going the distance. So it's going to be a good one.
I think, I don't know, man. Do we end up going the distance here? It certainly has been a back and forth battle the whole way. Nobody stormed out in front. It's been a one-leg lead. Man, you said James at the very beginning. You holding it out with James?
Yep,
All right.
absolutely.
Where do you think
he's not shown me anything that would make me change that at all.
where do you think we see that two-leg advantage?
It might happen here, honestly. Although Todd just threw a great 6 mark, I don't know.
I'm thinking like 10 is when we see that advantage. 10, 11. So a couple legs from now here,
You're just making up a number.
buddy.
There's
I'm
nothing technical about like what you just said.
What do you?
You're just like it could be leg 14. It could be leg 13. Maybe like 12. At some point, he's gonna break the throw.
I think it's that point where we start to see maybe somebody hold off and drop their form. After that many legs, that's when a true rhythm is established. Maybe there's a stamina burst. Maybe somebody starts dropping off. So there's a little statistics behind that, my guy. Don't just be calling me out like I'm just throwing random numbers out here.
Listen, if I didn't do that, then what good is my job?
You act like I haven't been just throwing random numbers out and random last names for the entirety of my commentary career.
Look, I guess fair. Even Terry Dalton says Will must be tired.
Oh God!
You better be nice to Terry. He's a big guy. Sierra's in there saying Jay's got me tearing up with laughing. Ben Fair's in the chat. Ed Baker. CJ Raymer has just been a huge support here, shouting out. So just another match for the archives, you know?
Oh my gosh, I hate you so much. How about this fact, folks? James Edwards, 4.72. Todd's averaging a 4.02 after the break. So some discrepancy there, and especially with Todd still just one leg behind. It's kind of crazy.
Well, you got the man, the myth, the legend junior in the chat, and James Edwards has winning darts. Double bull, we'll give him a look.
Jeremy says 10 games to get a rhythm. No wonder you are commentating. Get out of here, my guy. I'll show you rhythm. Come on that Scolia.
Oh my gosh, here we
some
go.
Games.
Oh, good. I'm glad you went to the Scolio thing. Just saying that. All right, Todd's got a point here, and he can't go for the win now. Wow, no, James Edwards just needs a 6 mark, and he has stolen this leg.
This is a big opportunity here.
Big moment indeed.
You gotta attack it. Oh. He will. Look at this. James Edwards steals
it
with
2 darts. Jinx, you owe me Coke. 4.30, and remember I said it might be this one? Boom goes the dynamite.
Good call, my guy.
Now it is a 5-3 lead. Todd will get to go first, but now he has to break James at least once. How easy did James just make that look? The trip 16 to trip 15, just 2 darts it.
Yeah, I mean that was great, right in the corner of that 16 or that trip 16 bed, and then right in the 15s. Yeah, I mean, great shot there for him. He extends his lead 5-3 here. Could this be the moment? Could he just go on a tear from here on out? We'll find out. Look at this.
There's a 7. Yeah, even Jeremiah says that could be the match right there. It's a big moment.
Exactly. That's what it is. A big moment like that can really mess with your mind if you're on the opposing side of that.
Jamie reminding us of your brilliance on Monday night.
But he ain't got no legs. He did it.
Big close from James Edwards again.
Can't even do it
Back-to-back
again.
sevens. Rick Askins in the chat. What's up, brother? Shouting out the nice 6 from James Edwards. Todd just got to he's got to just maintain fighting off this wave, right? Because James is definitely doing something crazy right now. Todd just got to maintain.
This could be that peaking moment for James Edwards, or coming up on that peaking moment. This could be, like we said, where it really extends out. Todd's just got to hold through, and he goes ahead and shuts the door on some points. So if I'm James, I open up those 16 beds before I even thinking about going to the 17s here, but that's just me.
Well, he'll just do the 16s
Okay.
now.
Hey, that'll work. That'll work.
Started.
That'll work. I always want that point.
Yeah.
That point value where I know, hey, I probably have that number coming back. Then again, Todd could have hit 4 there and taken a look at the 16s, and it's a different ball game. So massive hit for James nonetheless.
Yeah, James Edwards averaging a 6.5 right now, and he might win this leg in this throw. Wow. 6.20 from James Edwards. I never wanted to say this before the match started, right? But I was assuming this was going to be the James Edwards kind of coming out party, so to speak, where if you followed the CSC Challenger Series from this point forward, you know who James Edwards is, right?
Well, I'm coming now.
6.00 for James, his second leg above a 6. The last time he did that was leg number 1.
I want the world to know that this 6.0. Oh, sorry. My bad. 6.0 for James Edwards in that leg. That is his second 6+ average this evening.
For the archives, I got to let everybody know that was Will singing and not me. Normally, I do sing. I just want you to know that one wasn't me. I don't claim it. Will usually is better than that, and I apologize on behalf of both of us.
I just want to say, I know that you were just talking about James's debut here, debut specifically in the CSC, his coming out party. But I got a chance to watch him with you back at the Siege, the Civil War show that we did, Civil War 2, and he played with Corey Drake there. And you mentioned at the time he's not a steel tip player, he's a soft tip first. It made me really excited to see what he would bring, because he did fine there. He's doing even better here, and it's really showing.
Well, we also featured him a little bit on the TOC qualifier stream that we had this past weekend, which was nice to do.
Yep.
He threw well that past weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
That being said, Todd Wiegman is up for the challenge here, right?
Yeah.
He's not going away anytime soon. You don't get the nickname Thunder Bunny just by, giving up, right? At least that's my assumption. I have no idea what the nickname means, but that's going to be what it's got to be. But look at that 7 mark from James.
Yeah, he gathers 2 houses here. He's down in points, but Todd gonna have to steal here, and this is a big momentum shift again. And you see him going for the 16s, trying to open up another number, because he knows James here. Interesting stuff. What does he do here? I like this move. I honestly love this move. What a dirty move from James Edwards. That is honestly phenomenal, because now it puts Todd back against the wall. Great shots from James Edwards here, but he's got to hit. He's got to hit when he returns. He has the numbers to do so.
My goodness.
Needs a triple here. Finds it.
I guess technically the good news is, worst case scenario, he only needs 3 bowls. Well, 4.
Todd,
He needs 4.
I'm thinking Todd should have, tried his hand at the bulls there last go.
I like this. Come on, Todd. Oh my goodness. Almost closed them all. James is going to get a good look now. I just wanted to see James have to have the pressure of the 4 bowls on him after all that hard work. Needs
I don't
the
know.
treble. The treble won't even be enough.
I'd still be tempted by
Todd
the.
is winning darts.
I mean, that's the thing. James put some massive pressure with that double bull, and it forced the hand on Todd because it's tough to go bulls when your opponent's just one away from closing.
Yeah. Well,
This is-
James looks like
this
he's
is
going
phenomenal.
to escape with this one, but my goodness, that was woo.
That's a highlightable clip right there if I've ever known one.
Yeah, 5.85 or 5.85 there from James Edwards. He is not slowing down at all. Todd threw a 4.57 there and had to feel like he just got hit by a train. He
What
almost
a
brought it back to win it, though.
Massive 8 mark there.
I love what I'm seeing out of James Edwards. He averaged a 4.7 last week, and you said he was already at a 4.72 before the break, and he's done nothing but throw a 4.30, 6.0, and a 5.85. So that's only gone up. Look at this. He goes double 20. He's fouling now.
He's feeling that confident in his game. He just feels like he's in a position where he's gonna play some mind games here.
Well, I'm gonna warn right now. You can't do that to someone like Todd Wiegman. He's too good, right? Because you start missing a little bit if you're James, and now all of a sudden what you've just done is just made it easier for Todd to win a leg. And the PPD player advantage rule is in effect for the next leg. So even if Todd wins it, he will go first in the next leg.
Yeah, big shots there from Todd.
Chance for a momentum shift.
Yeah, close the door on those 18s and add some points to the equation as well.
And only 2 bulls there or 2 17s from James, not 2 bulls.
And you can think maybe that change of mindset for James, trying something different, could have been harmful here as Todd starts to make his run.
Well, Todd knows this is his moment, right? He's drag right back into it.
He has to. He knows he's 2 legs away from missing out here. That's the reality. He's 2 legs away, and that's your mindset. It has to be 1 leg at a time.
Huge shout out back there. I can see Ben Chacho sitting down in his teal jersey. Owner of Just Darts, there to support his player. In the CSC Challenger Series.
Todd pulling out a nice 5+ here. Big last dart.
Wisconsinite is turning back up.
They started the fire again back there. Starting to get cold again for the winter months coming up in Wisconsin.
Oh boy.
Before the whole state closes down.
Remember, Wisconsin likes us. Let's not change that.
Hey, I'm not trying to say. I'm just saying, like, man, they got. It seems like once winter comes, all they know is beer in hand and darts as well.
And they've combined the game into beer darts.
Get the snowplow. Well, I will say there's some big advocates for the beer darts there at Black Saddle. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, he's sitting down in a black shirt and orange hat there. As Todd Wiegman takes out that one, a 4.5 in that leg. Stops the bleeding a little bit, and he gets to go first here in this next leg. So this is where that player advantage rule. Look at Scuba wearing his Wisconsin hat.
Steve looked like he just saw. Oh, just a clueless look there for Scuba. Magnificent.
Great 7-mark start from Todd, too. It's not over for the Wisconsinite. Hey, Nick, I don't know if you noticed anyone familiar in the background there. Jake Davidson sitting down at that circle table.
I was wondering if it was him. Of course, Jake Davidson, someone I hope to see on the CSC one day, as he mollywops me 8-1 on the Siege.
How old is he?
He's
like
22.
I was about to say he's pretty young. He's fairly young. Great
Yeah,
great
he was
shot at it in
good. Yeah, he was really good at 18, 19, and now that he's 21 years old, it's shocking for everyone that he can be at the bar, having a beverage nonchalantly like he is. James, a nice 7 mark, but Todd has the advantage early on in this one.
Certainly does.
You see that? Eddie Murphy himself said that you had impressive singing.
Oh my!
You are going somewhere, my friend.
Well, you just gotta party all the time, party all the time. Oh, sorry, my bad. Some people don't even realize that's Eddie Murphy. Did you know that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know? Have you ever heard of "Party All the Time"?
Sorry, Mr. Murphy. I am unfamiliar.
Okay, well, fun fact, after we're done here, look up on YouTube "Party All the Time." Eddie Murphy sang a just beautiful hit made by the one and only Rick James.
Okay. All right.
Called "Party All the Time." It was a Billboard hit back in the day, if I recall.
Speaking of people named James Edwards with a 3 mark right there. That was a good old Nick transfer is what we call that.
Yeah, that was great. Fantastic.
How about that? Ben Chacho sending 5,000 stars. That's a lot of stars, Ben Chacho.
That is amazing. Wow. Incredible. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. Again, sitting back there, owner of Just Darts, where I got my first set of darts about 13 years ago. Don't ask me what they were. I do not remember.
Trying to get one back on the board here. Make this
Look at that.
7-5.
5.17 from Todd Wiegman. Ends that one quickly. And it's now 7-5. It's now a much closer match, but James will go first. So Todd still has to break James. And he's got to break him twice now. Can he do that? Will Stewart.
Difficult task, let's be honest. But this could be the momentum. He's got to hold true here. We'll see what James starts off with and what Todd comes back with here. If it's okay, definitely got one into the triple, which is good. Yep. But I don't know. 4 mark might not even a 4 mark might not be enough.
Yeah, we would call that the bare minimum, right? And Todd is not doing the bare minimum right now.
See, that's what I'm saying. This could be momentum here.
Todd is trying to set off some Wisconsinite. I like the aggressive closes that James keeps hitting. It's because he keeps hitting them that I like him. Don't get me wrong, but I like that he's shooting at it each time and that he's able to hit it more often than not. That's a killer. Guys, again, let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know who you have in this. What's the final score line? It's 7-5 right now. James Edwards in a race to 9 over Todd Wiegman. Just doing that and hitting the like button on our page will get you entered in tonight's live stream giveaway brought to you by A2ZDarts.com. Tonight's raffle winner will receive a $15 gift certificate to A2ZDarts.com. Just like straight cash. I think it's like $35 or more and you get free shipping. So, hey, who doesn't love that? Get on board. Go to A2ZDarts.com. Todd Wiegman with a nice 7 mark to get back the point lead. But James does have high ground and 2 pieces of high ground. Aggressive close. Aggressive close from James Edwards. The silent assassin. We got Birdman Darts in Colorado. A lot of players saying James Edwards. I think if you just put Wisconsin in there, we know who you're rooting for.
Got some 9-6s, 9-7s in there.
Great darts from James Edwards. A lot of Thunder Bunnies. I mean, Todd, they're both throwing a 5.2, buddy. This is Division 2 of the CSC Challenger Series. They're both throwing 5.2s this late into the match and this important of a leg. And James continues to hit those aggressive closes on dart 3. They have made the difference. Kyle Ludi. Yeah, that. Trust me, I'm pretty sure I've actually said that out loud before. It does not work.
It doesn't work.
No.
Definitely no. Definitely does not. You can give it an attempt though, my man. Come on. Indonian? No.
I mean, it's called Hoosiers, so boom goes the Hoosier. I guess would be the fine, but then you're gonna ignore or annoy all the Purdue people. It's a lose-lose. 4.91 from James Edwards in that one. He did not go lose-lose. He went win-win in that leg, and he is now one leg away from winning this match against Todd Wiegman. It's a tall task now for Todd.
It is, and could this be it? That could almost be like a momentum punch in itself, just knowing I'm one leg away from defeat here. We'll find out. We will find out. Keegan Ives saying hello. Hope you're doing well, Keegan.
Hey, look at that. Miss Brenda's in the chat watching from Kentucky. That's James's mom.
Hey, that's awesome.
Shout out, Mom.
Great stuff.
I love that. James is throwing very well tonight, in case you did not know that.
That he is. Well, don't forget A to Z Darts is featuring the Windmau Zanotti range, which is now on sale until September 13th. Click the banner on their homepage to get 10% off the darts range, or check out the new Windmau Extreme dartboard stand. That dartboard stand is sturdy, man. If you haven't seen it, definitely check that out. You can also browse their collection of USA Darts branded merch, including flights, jerseys, hoodies, and several new hat options, including Richardson Flex Fit fitted hats and straight build Yupong hats. Click the small banner on their homepage over at A2ZDarts.com as we get a big
boom goes the dynamite from James Edwards. They have not had to have a lot of 9 marks to be throwing very high averages. That's impressive.
It is.
I didn't realize they've only had 5 9 marks between the two of them.
Yeah, they really haven't had that many. I think James has had most of them, if I recall, maybe 4.
It's 3-2.
Okay, 3-2.
But James takes control of this leg right now. Todd's gonna have to start doing something special. Todd Hampton writing us a book in the chat. I love Todd, by the way. James is always confident in his game. He has a bit of old school in him and won't always run up the points like most do these days. He wants to get the game over as quick as he can. At the same time, he knows he can't lose without more points. Well, we're seeing pretty much textbook that, right? Yeah, he's doing well.
Jeff Hartman called me out for the win more win mouth thing. Man, I even asked a bunch of people overseas, like the Europeans, hey, how do you say it? And even they were both ways. It's
Didn't
technically
you go to Winmore.
It's technically Winmore. It's technically Winmore. The founder was Winmore. That's the name.
Yeah.
It's actually. So they technically say it's Winmore because that was the owner's name.
Yeah.
But a lot of people still pronounce it Winmau, Winmore. But it's actually No Door, Winmau, or Winmore, and Red Dragon that are all the same company.
Wait, that's how you pronounce that? Red Dragon?
Red Dragon. I didn't know if you knew that or not.
Been way off this whole time. I'm sorry, Will. It's been a bad night for me.
That's all
I'm
right.
gonna get yelled at as soon as we're offline, guys. Just know that I'm gonna get yelled at. For real though. Great darts from Todd Wiegman. Not for real. He won't yell at me. I'll just hang up on him. Is he gonna go double ball here? No, he stayed on points like a smart person.
Definitely the strategic move there for James, trying to put this one away.
And Todd not going away. James is 3 marks away, though. Takes a step back. He's got match-winning darts in his hand. One more needed. He thought that was in. You see Seria standing up in the background. There it is. As Indy goes wild. James Edwards, a 5.25 in that last leg. You can't say you didn't earn it tonight, bud.
He certainly earned it this evening, didn't he? That was a phenomenal performance from James Edwards. We're getting some final numbers as we speak here. But overall, I mean, impressive stuff.
Well, everybody that didn't know before, this is James Edwards. James Edwards, this is everybody. And we're going to be along for this ride, I think, all season long. He was one of my favorites coming into the CSC Challenger Series, and just because I've seen him in person for 3 years do this, it's impressive. He makes it look so easy. And to be honest, Todd Wiegman shot well.
No.
He had a couple legs that were off, but other than that, he performed very well. He put a lot of pressure on James. Just James handled it. Todd's gonna be a tough out in the loser side.
I think he's going to feel like he could have had a better performance in a couple legs, which I definitely could say the same. He had a couple low legs, let's be honest. But overall for James, I mean, impressive night. I'm coming up with the number of 4.84. So just to kind of keep that in mind, that's pretty impressive when Tyler Hinsey is currently at a 4.80 leading the pack. So James is just going to climb. He was at 4.70 before this?
Yep.
He'll be in the mix for the top 3 next week, I guarantee you.
Yeah, that's the highest average we've seen in Division 2 so far this season. Now that could have been defeated already tonight. So, but until then, it's what we know, right? Yep. Hey, the Hoosier gets it done, guys. Thank you so much to Night Owls in the Black Saloon for hosting our players tonight. That was awesome. Shout out Green Bay, Wisconsin. Scuba Steve there supporting his guy. Todd, you did well. You just ran into a buzzsaw named James Edwards tonight, who just outperformed himself, and it was awesome. So huge shout out to Night Owls, Sierra, Ben Chacho, also donate 5,000 stars. That's insane. But thank you guys so much for the support. It was awesome. Will?
Definitely so. Appreciate everybody watching. We'll be back Monday night for Division 1 as Kenny Doyle and Jeremiah Millar toe the throw line for a spectacular match. Definitely tune in for that one, as that's 2 big heavy hitters in Division 1. So that's going to do it for us. That's going to do it for us. What do you say, Sean?
Hey, thank you so much, everyone, for watching tonight. We truly appreciate it. Make sure you leave a comment in that chat and hit that like button for the next time we go live, and also so you can enter in tonight's live stream giveaway for that $15 gift certificate from A2ZDarts.com.
There we go. Will Stewart, Sean Green, Nick Teixeira. Take care, folks. We'll see you later.
Have a great night, guys.